Hey everybody, it's Marcy with Just for Smiles Reese, and today I am going to be working on a cemetery arrangement. This one is for a blue arrangement here with some cute little velvet pumpkins. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's get started. Okay, so I have two bushes of the sunflower, hydrangea, and pumpkin, and I wanted this to be fairly full. This is a smaller arrangement than some of the other cemetery arrangements that I do, but it's going to be super full. Just cutting all the stems off. Sometimes they're a little aggravating, they get tangled up, but that's okay. We're just going to cut every piece as long as possible. It's always easier to cut more off if I need to than to try to add anything back to it. So now I'm just separating out all the pieces into little stacks. That way I can always see how many of each flower that I have ready and available. If something comes unglued, that's okay. That's what hot glue is all about. Just put a little hot glue on it and put it back together. It'll be just fine. I do love to use Gorilla Glue because it seems to hold the longest whenever it's out in the heat and in the cold. Here in Georgia, it gets pretty hot and humid, and I haven't had any trouble with my Gorilla Glue not holding up, especially on the cemetery arrangements and my wreaths. So now I'm just dividing up this leather leaf. You'll see this leather leaf a lot in cemetery arrangements. It's an inexpensive greenery that holds really well, and it doesn't fade like some other greenery would. So I'm just going to all the corners, and then I'm going to take the ones with less leaves on them, and we're going to go in between each of those sections. So yeah, I love working with leather leaf, especially for cemetery arrangements, because you don't really see it particularly. It's not a statement piece, but it helps fill in a lot of those holes and gaps that would actually take in more product and more expense. So it's a great filler for any cemetery arrangement, whether you're doing a cone or if you're doing a saddle piece. So now we have all of that put in there, and I'm trying to decide here, do I want to start with hydrangeas or sunflowers? So hydrangea it is. This one needs to be a little bit taller, so I'm just adding a steel pick to it. You don't have to do that step if you don't want to. You can actually find a piece of another stem and just tape it with some floral tape to make the stem longer if you're not using that. Or there are wooden picks too that you can get from craft areas that you can attach it with. So I've added all of my hydrangeas kind of evenly spaced, and now we're going in with the sunflowers, and I'm just putting those in between where I see that there needs to be a flower. If there's a hole, you'll see it just goes in those spaces. And again, I'm just going to be using one product at a time. That way I try to evenly space them out so that they're not heavy on one side versus the other side. So it's starting to take a little shape here. So now the pumpkins go in. I only have 4 of these, so I want to make sure that there's one on each side. That way, no matter what angle this arrangement is being placed, there's a pumpkin, there's sunflowers, there's hydrangeas in all the places. I just love these pumpkins. These little velvet touches, they just make it look super special and elegant. And then we're adding in a little bit of that blue filler, which really makes this thing pop too. So that light blue contrast with the dark blue and purple, I don't know, it all works really well together. And then we'll go in with our last filler, which is the greenery that has a little bit of pop of some orange. So it's gonna bring even more color and depth to this, give it a little classy look to it as well, along with that rustic charm. So I'm just adding it evenly all around the arrangement. But cemetery arrangements are just something that if you want to attempt them, you don't have to glue these in. You can just put them in without the glue. That way, if you want to practice a little bit, you can just practice, pull it out, and move it whenever you get done. Just look at it. And then when you kind of get the hang of how your eye starts to move and you get more comfortable, you can definitely glue them. But if you're doing it for your family, there's no point to glue it unless there's a lot of wind in your area. But of course, if you're shipping them out or if you're selling them, I do recommend using Gorilla Glue or some really strong outdoor glue for your projects. So I'm coming in with just a little bit more filler. This is some frosted eucalyptus that has a tint of some brown color to it. This is a great filler I love using in projects all year round. It's perfect for fall, Christmas. It's definitely one for the summer and every day. And even some spring projects, this works really well too. But if you have any questions about what I'm doing here, or maybe a specific place that I purchased this arrangement flowers from, just let me know and I can definitely give you all the details of that. That's no problem. But if you're ever intimidated by making your own family arrangements, don't. It's something that I take pride in. My dad was my first customer, and it's something I never thought I would really enjoy doing, but I do enjoy making cemetery arrangements, and I definitely love taking them to his graveside, and it just gives me a peaceful feeling every time that I go and take that to him. I do a saddle for him as well, and then my husband's family gets the cone inserts too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Okay, everybody, this is it. This is the cemetery arrangement that we just made. Now, it is made on a smaller cone, so normally the cones would be a little bit further, but I didn't have one of the larger cones, but this insert will fit just fine in any cone insert. It's just a little bit shorter. It doesn't go all the way down. And that's why these leaves here may seem a little big compared, but normally the cone comes to about right there. But there's plenty of cone there to fit into the insert. I think it turned out so pretty. Tell me what you think in the comments. And I would love for you to like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll bring you more content. Let me know what else you'd like to see. But I think it turned out really pretty and elegant for a beautiful fall cemetery arrangement. Thank y'all for watching. Bye, y'all.